Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Incoming here on the Psychosin project here on YouTube. Today I'm going to be reviewing the upcoming brand new Armoured Saint album for you that is out on the 1st of June and the 2nd of June worldwide. I do believe it's 1st of June is the UK release date, I do believe. Yeah, right, I feel that right. Who are Armoured Saint? Well, for those of you who don't know, because some of you may well not, as always, let me tell you. Armoured Saint was formed in 1982 by brothers Gonzo Sandoval and Phil Sandoval, and guitarist David Pritchard, while still enrolled at South Pasadena High School. Next to join was singer John Bush and bassist Joey Vera. While writing and recording rough 4-track demos for their next album, Symbol of Salvation, guitarist Dave Pritchard was diagnosed with leukemia. Pritchard unfortunately succumbed to the disease before recording sessions for Symbol of Salvation began. He was replaced by Jeff Duncan. Following the successful Symbol of Salvation tour, John Bush was offered the lead singer position in the thrash metal band Anthrax. Unsure of Armoured Saint's future, Bush accepted the job. The remaining members decided to call it quits and Armoured Saint was officially disbanded. In 1999, with Anthrax on temporary hiatus, John Bush and Joey Vera decided to reform Armoured Saint. And then, in about 2004-2005, John Bush left Anthrax completely and joined back up with Armoured Saint. And they've released a few albums, and coming up on the 1st of June is their new album, Win Hands Down, which is what I'm going to be reviewing for you today. The current lineup of Armoured Saint is John Bush on vocals, Phil Sandoval on guitar, Jeff Duncan on guitar, Jay Vera on bass, and Gonzo Sandoval on drums. Up first is the title track of the album, which is called Win Hands Down. Now this starts with a guitar sliding, then into a rolling drum beat creating a chaotic sound until we're into a nice, fast, rocking, thrashy riff. John Bush then comes in, backed up by occasional guitar slashes and that driving drum beat. We then reach an anthemic chorus, which will be a winner if they choose to play it live. We then get to a superb fast guitar solo come in. I just started the review and I'm already unable to speak. Anyway, at the 2-minute mark, we get to the middle 8 with a stop-start riff, an even faster driving drum beat and riff. We then break down to a single guitar playing a somewhat bluesy riff and a slow drum beat building up in intensity. The bass guitar then comes in and plays a descending bass line. After some chugging guitar, we're back into the main riff and another guitar solo, which leads us into a double guitar melody. You'll know what I mean when you hear it. And the song then ends with that fast riff, and then comes to a sudden end. Up next is a song called Mess, and hopefully I won't make a mess of this one. Now this starts with a sort of military style drum beat and Megadeth style guitar melody. We then go into the song proper with a nice, fast, chaotic riff. The vocals then come in at full force, showcasing how great a singer John Bush is. We then get to another superbly epic and huge chorus with sweeping riffs. It's a song that could very well get caught in your head with just how catchy the chorus on this song is. We break down to just a single guitar, and then the drums crash. We're back to that fast riff before a break, and some Indian-sounding instruments play a melody. Just for a bit of variety, I suppose, and then we're back to that main riff again. We come to the end of the song, where it ends suddenly after some more military-style drumming. Up next is the first 7-minute song on the album, called An Exercise in Debauchery. Now this starts with a great chuggy melodic riff and some more militaristic drumming, then we enter a mid-paced catchy riff. The vocals then come in, backed up by bass and drums with additional swirls of guitar between lines. Another huge riff accompanies the pre-chorus, and then we enter the superb chorus with a great melodic style riff backing up John Bush's always excellent voice. We then get a fast, superb guitar solo. Then we get another verse and chorus into another superb guitar solo, leading into a few short, excellent, distorted bass solos happening. We then go into another guitar solo which really showcases the excellent talent of this band. We get a pounding drum beat and excellent riff, building the song back up with some spoken words over the top. We get a pounding drum beat and excellent riff, building the song back up with some I've just said that. Sorry, the fun of reading off of a script while also trying to look at the camera. A short break them into an epic change of pace with John Bush taking centre stage with his vocals. We then return to that superb chorus once again. The song then ends with a fade out from the guitars. Up next is a song called Muscle Memory. Now this starts with a keyboard play making ethereal sounds with a slightly discordant guitar joins. The drums played cymbals slowly build up the song. The bass then joins in with a great funky bass line. The second guitar then joins in playing the melody as the vocals come in as well. The drums pound, and with backing vocals we start getting to the main thrashy riff for the chorus, and another huge vocal performance from the one and only John Bush. We then get back to the understated melody from the start of the song. The song continues this way between the verse and the chorus until we get to the middle eight with an echo effect on the guitar and a change of melody. We then go into a superb stop-start riff with John Bush singing over the top, which leads us into a guitar solo. Once that guitar solo is over, we get the second guitar come in and play their guitar solo. Then we break down to just a single guitar and keyboards. The vocals then come back in, and the whole band crashes back in, playing the pre-chorus that leads into the final run of that huge chorus again. The song then comes to a sudden end. Up next is That Was Then, Way Back When. I actually thought I was going to cock that title up, but anyway, this starts with the whole band crashing in and a great drum beat that takes us through into a superb, fast, chugging riff. The second guitar plays sweeping guitar parts as the vocals come in. We then enter another superb pre-chorus that leads us into another catchy and excellent chorus. After the second chorus run through, we break down to just drums and guitars, playing a stop-start riff. Then we get some spoken word over the top, which leads us into a slow guitar solo to complement the song's melody. The song then builds back up into another guitar solo, this time a fast one as the chugging riff from before comes back. We then get the pre-chorus again, leading back into one last run through the chorus, which leads us through to a sudden ending after some chugging guitar. Up next is With a Head Full of Steam. Now this starts with just drums and a mid-pace bass line. I don't know what a bass line is, but anyway, with odd swirls of guitar being played. The second guitar joins playing the sweeping guitar but with distortion. A building drum beat then leads to a lone guitar playing a fast guitar melody, which leads into the whole band crashing in and the guitar solo. Then the vocals join in as well. During the pre-chorus, John Bush does vocal battle with a female vocalist. Unfortunately, I have no idea who the female vocalist is. It might be a guest vocalist. I'm not sure. She doesn't appear on any other track on the album. Anyway, we reached. Nope. Hang on, I'm trying to remember where I am. Does it yet? That chorus then leads us into a guitar solo. Found it. Then join the verses, John Bush and the female vocalist. Whoever you are, I do apologise. The press release didn't tell me who the female vocalist was, unfortunately. They both basically sing alternating lines of the verses. We then go into mid-pace riff for the middle eight, which then breaks down to just drums and bass, slowly building the song back up with sweeping guitar chords. The female vocals then sing over the top, adding to the melody. We slowly return to the main riff of the song and then back into a guitar solo, which takes us back to the chorus for one final run through until we reach another guitar solo, which takes us through to the end of the song. Up next is probably, I believe, it's the longest song on the album. It's called In an Instant. I can tell you what, this song is definitely not over in an instant. Now this starts with bass and acoustic guitar playing a fast melody. The vocals then join in. The drums and electric guitars come crashing in. We're into another superb driving riff of a verse and chorus. We're back to the acoustic guitars again after the chorus. The song continues switching between the two until the 2.5 minute mark, where the melody changes, and then we're into a stop-start riff for the middle eight. We then get a guitar solo at the 3 minute mark, which leads us back into the chorus melody again. We break down to just a single guitar and vocals at the 4 minute mark until the band come crashing back in and we're back to that verse riff again. We then go back to just bass guitar and vocals. The drums then rejoin and we're into a slow sweeping guitar driven section that takes us through to the chorus again. We then get another guitar solo at 6.5 minute mark that takes us through to the end of the song. Track number 8 is Dive, and this is the penultimate track of the album. Now this starts with the piano playing the melody. Vocals join in after 20 seconds of the piano riff. Violins then join in, adding a superb extra layer to the song. Drums and acoustic guitars then start to accompany the piano melody. We then have an understated and beautiful chorus coming in at the 2-minute mark, and John Bush is backed up by a choir of singers. Electric guitar then joins in and we have a slow guitar solo perfectly complementing the piano melody. We then have one last run through of the chorus to bring us to the end of the song. You can definitely see this one being one of the singles from the album. The final track on the album is called Up Yours. Now this starts with the guitar playing a melody with no distortion. Vocals sing along, then the band comes in with a great driving riff. We then get to the pre-chorus, which leads us into a superb chorus with sweeping guitars, an excellent chorus to be shouted along to at the top of your voice. The song continues this way between the verse and chorus until 2.5 minutes, where we get to guitar solo come in. We break down to just the acoustic sounding guitar and vocals again, which builds up with guitars coming in and then into an epic sweeping guitar melody, which takes us back to a driving riff again for the verse. So we then have one more run through of that superb chorus, which takes us through to the end of the song and album, while backed up by a superb guitar solo. So, having been a fan of John Bush's excellent vocals since I first heard him in Anthrax a few years ago, yeah, I know I was late on the boat here, and this being my first experience of his original band, it's great to hear him sound like he's enjoying himself once again, and he obviously has a great band backing him up with the rest of Armoured Saint. Full of great chorus and quieter moments to make the thrashier moments even better, this is a superb album. I don't think any fans of John Bush or Armoured Saint will be disappointed. 4 out of 5. I want to thank you very much for watching. Feel free to support the show by going here and maybe donating some money so I can obviously improve my laptop, improve my camera, and improve my mic hopefully. And who knows, maybe hopefully it will help me fund me to get up to London to do some more interviews with some more bands. Not only London but up to Scotland and that for some unsigned bands or something. We shall see. Anyway, thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe and I'll see you next time.
I turn to face it